My name is Maurice.
Thanks, Maurice. Thanks for taking the time to answer these questions. We're just going to talk really quickly about, some of the music you're listening to these days, your thoughts overall on music. So speaking of, who are some of the artists that you're listening to these days?
So, right now, I don't know if you know, but J. Cole just dropped the album last Friday.
Yes.
I'm a true fan. KOD, he's one of my favorite artists right now in the industry, just because when he raps, I can kind of relate to everything that he's saying. When I wake up in the morning, my top 3 artists that I listen to is actually J. Cole. I bump Nipsey Hussle.
I've heard of Nipsey. I don't know.
He's fire. He's one of my favorite West Side artists.
Nice.
And I'm listening right now to somebody named Dave East.
Okay, yeah.
And in today's culture, I grew up, listening to a lot of lyrics and listening to real bars, and I think there's a shift going on right now with the culture and the way that it's turning right now. So I would say that for me personally, I like artists who have something to say. I like storytellers. The mumble rap, I'm not really for all that.
Right, same.
It just goes one in, one out. I just don't bump it. But I think I just stick to my roots. I'm more of a conscious kind of person. So I would like to see hip hop go back in that direction.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not going.
Right.
So my inspiration, or my only hope, or advice that I would give to a lot of people who continue to listen to conscious music, to continue to listen to it and just continue to bump it.
Awesome. Okay. So, are you a concert goer? In terms of who would you say is your favorite artist that you've seen perform live, and why, or just what are some things that you expect to see from artists?
J. Cole. Honestly, I went to a Drake concert 2 years ago, and Drake had actually bought J. Cole out.
Oh, dope.
Which was crazy. And immediately it went from a Drake concert to a J. Cole concert.
Wow.
He only did maybe 3 songs, and the whole crowd was just crazy. And I went to his concert last year, and he's one of those artists some people might consider as boring, but if you go to his concert, he brings you on an experience.
I love that.
He talks about every single moment of why he wrote that song. So I'm more with that. I'm more into artists who can give me something, and I could take something from their music and kind of relate it to my life. That's mainly what I'm about. So J. Cole is definitely one of those artists that I would love to see again, for sure.
Awesome.
I'm a J. Cole fan. I can't even think about anybody else right now in the rap game.
I love it. Nice.
Sure.
It's definitely
Kendrick too.
Right.
J. Cole is my god right now.
Nice, love it. And I mean, you sort of touched on this earlier, but I guess my final question is, what are your thoughts on music overall? I think they were saying that hip hop has now become the most popular genre. So what are just your thoughts overall on hip hop, and what needs to happen for it to improve, really?
Well, hip hop is one of the most it's one of the more popular genres. But I think that there's a lot of appropriation going on right now within hip hop. I don't think everyone truly understands the culture of hip hop. A lot of people are just more so hopping on the bandwagon of hip hop. And I think, hip hop is a culture, more artists that I would love to see again, for sure.
Awesome.
I'm a J. Cole fan. I can't even think about anybody else right now in the rap game.
I love it. Nice.
Sure.
It's definitely
Kendrick too.
Right.
J. Cole is my god right now.
Nice, love it. And I mean, you sort of touched on this earlier, but I guess my final question is, what are your thoughts on music overall? I think they were saying that hip hop has now become the most popular genre. So what are just your thoughts overall on hip hop, and what needs to happen for it to improve, really?
Well, hip hop is one of the most it's one of the more popular genres. But I think that there's a lot of appropriation going on right now within hip hop. I don't think everyone truly understands the culture of hip hop. A lot of people are just more so hopping on the bandwagon of hip hop. And I think, hip hop is a culture, more more specifically, it's a culture from the struggle, you know, people who rise up. And I feel like now it's glorified in a way that a lot of people, it provides a lot of false hope and a lot of false reality for a lot of young people coming up. So I would say that for the changes in hip hop right now would be to basically inform, educate again. Like, that's the main thing.
Definitely.
You know, because a lot of people are misguided. We're living in a misguided culture of hip hop.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it's dumbed down in the past few years, and unfortunately, it has a lot to do with our society. You know, most people who listen to mumble rap, a lot of them probably usually have, and you know, no offense to anybody who love it, you know, who really love it. Usually, their education is at 11th grade level, and they can bump that. And right now, that's really high.
Right.
Whereas, like someone who's you know, listening to mumble rap, they wouldn't be able to relate to somebody like, you know, Styles P, or they wouldn't be able to relate to some of that deep hip hop that we all grew up on. Most of us grew up on.
Yeah, for sure.
I just think that it just needs to be more awareness and more advocates of hip hop, you know, in order to bring it back to its roots. Because right now it's a tree growing with branches falling off and all that shit. You know, it's not really, you know, growing into fruition. That's mainly my thought on it.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to talk, and I love the wisdom that you shared, man.
For sure.
All right, thank you.